The following is a presentation of the Eagles Sports Network.
Back on the Domino's postgame report as Carson-Newman collects a 99-69 win over the Columbus State Cougars. Adam Cavalier alongside Carson-Newman head men's basketball coach Chuck Benson. Chuck, congratulations, largest margin of victory this season, and it comes against a Columbus State team that has been to 3 consecutive NCAA tournaments. You're 6-0 for the first time since 87-88. What did it take to get here today against the Cougars?
We challenged our guys going into this weekend that we felt like, between Lee and Columbus State, we would be challenged to the limits. And our kids were very, very excited and up for the challenge and responded both nights. And multiple guys stepped forward and delivered. So we go away out of this weekend feeling really good, knowing that we're making strides, making solid strides, but still seeing some things we need to work on as we continue now to move into conference play.
This was a game that I think if you said that Charles Clark would only have 5 points and attempt 3 shots through the first 30 minutes, you might be worried about the margin, but you're up by 20-plus points at that juncture. What did Malik Abraham, Josh Murray, Sean Jones do to fill his scoring void?
Well, we still got to keep in mind the magical number.
I know.
The magical
5
number,
assists.
5 assists. So, he did that. But Malik was really, we talked last night after the game. He was frustrated a little bit. He didn't feel like he was performing to the level he thought he was capable. And I told him, you got to be a little bit more fair with yourself, because I don't think you're performing as bad as you think you are. But I mean, literally last night he got in the gym last night and tried to work out his shot a little bit. And as you see, he goes up today and really shot the ball very well and shared the ball. I mean, 4 assists. So I'm happy for him. He delivered. And then Josh Murray had, I'm assuming this is a career night.
Yeah,
19 and 8 and was incredibly efficient. And then Sean Jones just steps up there and just sort of has an unbelievably quiet 18 and 5. So multiple guys were doing the job and taking shots that we want them to take in scenarios we want them to be taking them in. And congrats and kudos go to the players.
Let's revisit your comment about Malik Abraham, that he was hard on himself. What's that mean to you, that he was harder on himself than you were?
Well, it was funny. He and I sat together during the Columbus State-Tuscaloosa game last night, and I could tell he was a little bit deflated. Then we both got home. I got home late, was watching the video, and started texting with him, and he said something like, Coach, you've known me for a year now. You know I'm really, really hard on myself about things, and but I'm gonna be okay. I'm gonna be okay. And like I said, he went into the gym literally last night and worked on some shooting, and was in here today, early this morning, get some shots up, and not that he needed it from a mechanical standpoint. He just needed it to feel like, I guess, he had done what he needed to do, what he felt like he needed to do. And I think had he done nothing, just showed up today, I think he could have done this, because he's an elite shooter and has proven that to be the case. So I'm just happy for him, because I know it meant a lot to him to be able to deliver today. And he's a Georgia kid, playing Columbus State out of Georgia. So I think there's extra motivation for him.
This was a tight game through the first 12 minutes or so. 6 ties, 2 lead changes, never had the lead by 4, and then kind of like last night against Lee, where you closed, I think it was a 27-7 run to finish. The first half you closed one with a 13-0 spurt, and overall with a 21-5 spurt.
Yeah.
What was the difference from the first 12 minutes to the final, really 5 minutes, that let you wheel off that run to go into the halftime locker room?
Well, of course, both teams played yesterday and turned around in less than 24 hours and are playing it again. And both teams had their own motives for today's game. A little bit different, both teams, but still both have motives. And I think both teams are sort of sizing each other out, and sort of getting into a rhythm. So I don't read anything negative necessarily into the way it started. It was like, first round title bout. I mean, nobody's going to throwing haymakers early, just sort of sizing up and feeling out.
You look at the defensive effort. Ja'Cory Payne right there with Charles Clark in terms of the 2 guys selected as the Super 16 preseason All-Americans by Division II Bulletin. Payne came in averaging 26 a night, 4 of 16, 3 of 9 from deep, 12 points, only 2 after halftime. What'd you do to clamp down him with your zone?
Well, we knew they were a very ball screen oriented kind of attack, and I thought we did a great job in our ball screen defense. We did a great job overall in just being aware and knowing where he was at, knowing that he really was a left-hand dominant kid, and I thought we sort of set on that a little bit. Had multiple help defenders rotating in to sort of shut down his driving lanes, and then we didn't foul him. So I thought we sort of did a good job of limiting his overall efficiency. He seemed to maintain a degree of poise throughout all that. I mean, I didn't think he lost his mind and got frustrated. But I thought our defense this weekend as a whole was really sound and good, man. And I really bragged our guys after today that back-to-back days of great defensive performances, and Charles and Jacory both two of the better players in the country and definitely in this region. And both of them had what would be considered lesser numbers in terms of point production, but I definitely think when you look at Charles was very efficient. 60% from the field. Yeah. 66 from the 3, 100 from the free throw line, 4 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals. I mean, he still stuffs the stat sheet, even though he didn't put a lot of points on. So I'm good with that.
Well, you bring up the assists, and we'll revisit that. Yeah, he has 5, but your entire team shares the ball. 29 assists. That's 2 off the single-game school record set in 2011 with 31 against Cincinnati Christian. What was the theme there to share the ball so well?
I've got a new assistant.
You do have a new assistant.
Let's come here. Here's my newest assistant.
Goop dog in the frame.
This is the new assistant. His older brother's been an assistant a little while now. This is the newest assistant.
He's doing, Coop?
He's going to be my basketball guy. My other guy Jake sort of tore him between football, basketball, soccer, hockey.
He's all basketball.
Cooper's all basketball, aren't you, Coop?
Well, Coop, analyze those 29 assists for me.
Very, very good, man. I mean, the guys were sharing it. I thought the first half we didn't have as many assists, obviously. I think in that run late, we really doubled the assists, and the second half was just – it was what it was. Guys were really content to share it.
Conference play now. Mars Hill. You
there
hired
he
a
is.
second one.
There he is.
Well,
they're both
I
ready.
looked it down at the stat sheet. Second assistant, Jake Benson, muscling his way.
Yeah, he's back. He's back.
Yeah.
He had to take a little trip. He's back. Now he's ready.
Conference play opens up inside Holt Fieldhouse.
Yep.
Mars Hill on Wednesday night. What is there to do to turn around from, you mentioned it earlier, a fantastic defensive weekend?
We got to get a little rest tomorrow and then focus our efforts on knowing as much as we can about our opponent on Tuesday, and then come in here with a lot of excitement. I know we'll have a really good students will be back from Thanksgiving. We'll have a packed house, and our kids will be excited to go out here and perform again and hopefully continue to put together high-level performances.
Chuck, pleasure as always.
Great. Thanks, Kev.
That's Carson-Newman head men's basketball coach Chuck Benson.